Kartik Tripathi, Dr. Jawaharlal Nehru University.
My topic is Bhakti and Gyan through visuals, the interpretation of Vaishnavism through the temple murals of Banaras. Varanasi, which is lavishly known as the city of Shiva, is located on the bank of crescent-shaped river Ganga. Recently, the most famous temple of Shiva, also known as Vishwanath, in the Godaulia area, they stored the word Dham, so it is now Vishwanath Dham or Vishwanath Corridor. Built after the demolition of a dense area of houses and narrow streets around the temple to widen them by the Indian government. There is no dearth of literature within Hindu mythological text on Banaras, also referred to as Kashi. They mentioned Kashi as the prime center of pilgrimage and eulogized it as the place where gods and goddesses live. Texts such as Kashi Khand of Skanda Puran, Linga Puran, Shiv Puran, Kashi Rahasya of Brahma Vairavat Puran, Padma Puran, Matsya Puran, Kurma Puran, Narad Puran, etc. underlined the importance of Varanasi as a place of pilgrimage. Apart from Puranas, many other texts like Tirth Vivechan Kand, 12th century, Tirth Chintamani, 15th century, Triyasthali Setu, 16th century, Tirth Prakash, Veer Mitrodaya and other such books stressed its status as a prime pilgrimage site. It has not always been the case that Kashi was the city of Shiva. In ancient times, Varanasi was known for the Vishnu Tirth. Many Puranas such as the Narad Puran, Vaman Puran and Brahma Vairavat Puran claimed that Varanasi was a Vishnu Tirth prior to becoming a Shiv Tirth. As we see in the following shlokas, the shloka of Narad Puran says, Adyam cha Vaishnavam sthanam Purane paricakshate Purishu sanstito Vishnuransaih Kashyam Swarupatah Kashi Swarupam Vishnostu Yatra Sakshat Prakashate. In another shloka of Brahma Vairavat Puran, Aho Mahalingamayam Janardanam Pashyami Kashyam Paramatma Rupam. In Kashi Khanda of Skanda Puran, the numbers of Vishnu Tirth in Varanasi are mentioned, such as 500 Tirth Pithas of Narayana, 100 of Jalsai, 30 of Kachapam, 20 of Matsyapam, 108 of Gopal, 30 of Parshuram, 101 of Ram, and thousands of Buddha were Tirth Pithas of Vaishnavas in Varanasi. So there were the abundance of Vishnu temples in Kashi at that time. In the medieval period, many Vaishnava scholars came to Varanasi and contributed significantly to Vaishnava philosophy, such as Adi Shankaracharya came to Varanasi in the 9th century, and Yamunacharya came in the 10th century, Madhavacharya came to Varanasi in the 13th century, Vallabhacharya was residing in Banaras in the 15th century, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who founded the Gaudiya sect of Vaishnavism, traveled and resided in Varanasi in the 16th century. The famous commentator of Bhagavad, Sridhar Swami, came to Kashi around 1600 and wrote his commentary on the book. Then Sant Ramanand, Eknath, Tulsidas, etc. were residing in Varanasi at times. That's why for a long time the city has been a prime center for the Vaishnavas and their subsidiary sects. The temple of Adikeshava at Rajghat, Bindu Madhav at Panchaganga Ghat and Jagannath temple in the Assi area are the most famous Vaishnava temples of Varanasi. Except for these temples, hundreds of other Vaishnava temples, akhadas and mutts are situated in the city as well. My paper is focused on a specific Vaishnava temple murals in the Assi area. The Ram Janki temple, situated in the Dumrao Bagh colony of the Assi area, has the rich depictions of Vaishnava subjects. The temple murals are distinct in a specific manners. They are manifestations of the Vaishnava Shakta interrelationship. Vaishnava subjects depicted along with the Tantric goddesses, Mahavidyas. The temple was built by the king of Dumrao Raj Bihar in the 19th century in North Indian architectural style, Nagar. It is rectangular in shape and mandapa, a rectangular hall and garbhagriha sanctum are the main parts of the style. The temple faces north direction and is built on a high plinth. The staircases from the north side lead up to the mandap, which is abundantly adorned with beautiful murals. The western wall of the mandap is dedicated to the Mahavidyas, the Tantric goddesses of the Hinduism. On the other three sides, the Vaishnav subjects are dominantly depicted. It is astonishing that Vaishnav temple has been abundantly painted with tantric goddesses. In other words, the Vaishnavite temple has a strong affinity with the Shakt cult of the tantric tradition. Take as for instance the close interrelationship between the 10 Mahavidyas and the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. The paintings of Mahavidyas are depicted on the west side, and the panels of Lord Vishnu and his incarnations are on the east side. Both long panels are parallel to each other. It is interesting to note how the concepts of two cults of Hinduism run parallel and feed off each other. There are many texts that prove that the 10 Mahavidyas are the 10 incarnations of Shakti, which correspond to the 10 avatars of Vishnu. These murals clearly reveal a kind of Shakti transformation of Vaishnava ideas. The Mahavidyas are generally 10 in number, but they can vary in different texts. Typically, these are Kali, Tara, Tripur Sundari, Bhairavi, Dhumavati, Chinnamasta, Bhuvaneshwari, Baglamukhi, Matangi, and Kamla. But sometimes goddesses like Annapurna, Durga, Dhanada, Padmavati, and Kamakhya are also included in the list. As the incarnations of Vishnu multiplied to 24, there was a corresponding rise in the names of goddesses incorporated into the group of Mahavidyas. In the Malini Vijayvartika, the numbers go to the 12, and in the Tantrasar it goes to the number of 18 Mahavidyas. After the addition of Maheshmardini, Tvarita, Pratyangira, Durga, Swapnavati, Madhumati, and such other additions, the numbers become parallel to the numbers of 24 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. The numbers of the goddesses also vary in the Niruttar Tantra, 18, and in the Narad Pancharatra, 7 million. In the Mandamala Tantra, it is said that Sakti is same as Vishnu, or Vishnu is Sakti. Mahavidyas as a theme are widespread in Varanasi and can be found on many walls of temples like the Ram temple in the Sankat Mochan temple complex. Except for the long upper strips of the murals in the mandap, there are 5 crescent-shaped lower panels on the top of the 3 gateways and 2 reticulated windows. The 3 front panels The 3 front panels of them are also related to Vaishnavism. 2 of them have depictions of Nar-Narayan, a partial incarnation of Lord Vishnu, while the central panel has Vishnu and Lakshmi. The other 2 side panels of reticulated windows show the theme of knowledge, Guru-Shishya subjects. Let's see the symbolism in the temple through visual elements. From the beginning, if we enter the temple, first of all we encounter the 2 peacock sculptures flanked on the staircase, which wish to represent love and wisdom, and belonging to Lord Krishna and Goddess Saraswati. Then we get on the narrow circumambulation path, which symbolizes the transition period between normal life and spiritual life. Further, we enter the mandap, a rectangular hall. As we move forward in the mandap, first of all we see the front 3 crescent panels painted with Nar-Narayan on both sides and Vishnu Lakshmi on the central panel. In the Srimad Bhagavad Puran, it is mentioned that Lord Vishnu incarnated in the form of a sage duo, Nar-Narayan, and performed rigorous rituals. It symbolizes the hard path to elevating one to the highest level of spirituality. How will we get to that highest level? Then we see the other 2 crescent panels, the panels of learning, getting true knowledge, and understanding life and its purpose. So these panels are painted with Guru Shishya subjects, in which a teacher is teaching his students. In the Gita, Lord Krishna says, "Na hi jnanen sadrisam pavitram hi vidyate." There are no pure things in this world like true knowledge. And how to gain that? So Krishna says, "Tad vidhi pradipaten pariprashnena sevya updekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha." Understand the true nature of that knowledge by approaching illumined soul. If you prostrate at their feet, render them service, and question them with an open and guiltless heart, those wise seeds of truth will instruct you in that knowledge. So after getting true knowledge through hard penances and dedication to gurus, then our spirit got some stepped up in the world of spirituality. After getting up, we are able to see the leelas of the divine in the world of divinity, which are symbolized by the painted murals on a high strips of the walls adjacent to the ceiling around the mandap. Now we see the different incarnations of Lord Vishnu and various life stories of Lord Krishna, and further we notice the depiction of Mahavidyas, the tantric goddesses, in the divine world. In the lok of Vishnu, the Mahavidyas are present as companions. This is a manifestation of Vaishnava Shak's interrelationship philosophy. Gohyati Gohya Tantra, Total Tantra, and Mundmala Tantra equate 10 Mahavidyas with the 10 incarnations of Vishnu. The murals of the temple clearly reflect the bhakti and jnana streams of Vaishnavism. The murals of the upper strips are related to bhakti, and the lower paintings are related to jnana, true knowledge. In the upper section, the east wall is dedicated to paintings of different incarnations of Vishnu, such as Matsyavatar, Varah, Narsim, Vaman, etc. And scenes of Samudra Manthan, Ram Ravan War, Mahabharata scene, and such others. And on the south wall, we see some panels related to Krishna Leela, such as Govardhan Dharan, Kaliyavad, Kansvad, Sudama Krishna, etc. The lower section leads us into the world of knowledge through the hard work, dedication, and patience, which included the paintings of Nar Narayan and the preaching of gurus. The story of Nar Narayan is described in Vaman Puran and Bhagavad Puran. Nar Narayana symbolizes the hard work, concentration, and dedication according to the given story. Without these properties, we cannot gain true knowledge. Both sections of the murals have a strong affinity with the Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga, what Lord Krishna has talked about in several slokas of the Bhagavad Gita. In the following two slokas, Krishna talked about the Bhakt and the Jnana Yogi. सततम कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते. Constantly chanting my names and glories and striving for my realization and bowing again and again to me, those devotees are firm resolve, ever united with me through meditation, worship me through single-minded devotion. In another line, Jnana Yagyena Chapyanye Yajanto Mam Upasate. Others who follow the path of knowledge betake themselves to me through their offering of knowledge, worshipping me in my absolute formless aspect as one with themselves. So, if I conclude, then we noticed here through the murals that the temple has reflections of both streams, such as Bhakti or Saguna stream and Jnana or Nirguna stream, to reach to the superior power, Brahma. Along with these thoughts, the murals reflect the interrelationship of Vaishnava sects, which are mentioned in some texts like Rudrayamal Tantra, Mundamala Tantra, Chamunda Tantra, and such other tantric texts. These texts equate the goddess to avatar of the Lord Vishnu. Vaishnavism has always been one of the prime sects in India, so there are many cultic overlapping are found to support and flourish to each other. Banaras has a strong tradition of Shaktism also. There are many Siddha Pithas of Shakt sect, such as many Gauri Pith, Yogini Pith, Matri Pith, etc. are situated across the city. There are many temples of Mahavidyas are also situated in the city individually, such as Baglamukhi temple of Siddheswari area. Banaras is a place of syncretic culture and has been the center of religions and knowledge. So the nature of visuals which emerged from the city are also reflect the syncretic nature of Banaras. Thank you.